back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, broadcasting from remote, but we're going to stay kind of in the mid-Michigan area right now. We've got a couple of guests. Heidi Lowe, Talent Acquisition Project Director for MediLodge Group, which is headquartered in Washington, Michigan, but also has locations in Lansing and East Lansing. And Joe Winkiel, who joins us. He's the Business Service Officer for the Capital Area Michigan Works, and you'll find out the synergy between these two in just a second. But welcome both of you to the show. And Heidi, let's start with you. It's always a good idea for people to know what the company is about. So tell us about MediLodge's, what you are, what you do, and kind of your unique approach to apprenticeships.
Sure. So MediLodge is a leading provider of short-term care and rehabilitation and long-term care. And we have 50 locations throughout Michigan. So that is basically what we do. And our unique approach to apprenticeships, really thanks to Capital Area Michigan Works, we were able to form a strategic alliance with the U.S. Department of Labor in creating apprenticeships for 110 of our nurses and CNAs across 50 locations this year. And we not only implemented a CNA apprenticeship program to train our non-certified nurse aides, but to train them to become certified nursing assistants. But we also created first of their kind of apprenticeship programs in the United States to develop the clinical skills of our licensed nurses as well, to guide them along their career path to become unit managers, assistant directors of nursing, and directors of nursing. And MediLodge is really dedicated to the education of our clinical staff to develop them both personally and professionally.
You know, it's interesting because I think there's been no bigger growth industry than healthcare over the last 10 years. And as a result, there's been a real shortage of certain positions, and nursing has absolutely been one of those. Now, this, I'm assuming this is in-home care. So like,
actually, no, this is skilled nursing facilities. We have 50 locations throughout Michigan, so it's not in-home care. This is also what is more synonymous in layman's terms is more nursing homes. So that is what we specialize in.
Okay, and 50 locations, that's a pretty sizable chunk right there. Joe, let's talk a little bit about the Employer of the Year award that Heidi received.
Well, you heard Heidi talk. I mean, they're an incredible company. Heidi is incredible to work with. And MediLodge was recognized for the Michigan Works Association statewide Employer of the Year award. Incredible honor. Again, the award is for private companies to kind of highlight partnerships with Michigan Works locations, Capital Area Michigan Works, obviously, too, going beyond the call of duty, continuously contributing to local job placement, promotes education and maintain a skilled workforce. I mean, I think everything that Heidi has talked about, man, that company should be recognized, and so should she.
You know, it's kind of interesting because Joe wasn't that long ago, and I've actually been on the Michigan Works board and the Capital Area Michigan Works board for a long time, that we were dealing with how do we get all these unemployed people jobs, because there's not a lot of opportunity. And that has totally flipped to how do we get enough people to fill these jobs. And Heidi, congratulations, because I think probably, and Joel, bear me out, apprenticeship programs are one of the best ways to do that. I mean, have you noticed that in the employment base, or have you always done the apprenticeship?
So this year was the first time we did the apprenticeships, and like I said, we opened it not only to the CNA training, but we also opened it up to our current workers who might be on a career path or who are nurse managers to guide them along that career path. But definitely receiving the award from the Michigan Works Association reminded us that through teamwork with our centers, through our dedicated staff in each of the centers, and our seasoned leadership support teams out there, We're really passionate about hiring, training, and retention in our company, and especially forming the alliances with Michigan Works, including Capital Area Michigan Works through Joe. It's really provided us additional resources that we didn't have before through the Going Pro Talent Fund initiatives, WIOA program, the BRN, and of course the apprenticeships, and partnering with Lansing Community College.
There you go. And I think you've also seen that a few things have been affected by apprenticeship programs. Increase in diversity, one thing, maybe improvement of retention, because that's another, if you've got good people right now, there's 10 people out there trying to steal them, right?
Of course.
So those things have been helped, I would imagine, eh?
They definitely have. We've seen huge, our retention efforts have really, through Going Pro Talent Fund, we track all of that, and we see an increase in retention, which is fulfilling part of all these efforts that we do with these resources that we get through Capital Area Michigan Works.
Well, Heidi Lowe, you did a tremendous job, and you're doing a tremendous job. Heidi, of course, Talent Acquisition Project Director with the MediLodge Group, and Joe Winkiel, on a daily basis, thanks for what you do as the Business Service Officer there at Capital Area Michigan Works. Appreciate you both joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. Stick around. We'll be back with more.